let's talk about the two superpowers, reflection and dreaming. Hi, I'm Christina Morgan-Meldrum from In Cahoots, and today we talk about the two amazing superpowers of reflection and dreaming. I personally call them Reflection Revolution and Dream Quest because I think that it talks more to their transformative power and it's a bit more funner. Why do you need both? They actually achieve very different things. Each of them has a different purpose associated with it. It's got a different energy and it generates different actions and outcomes depending on which one you choose or which one you use more so. So basically, they achieve different things. Reflection Revolution is about looking to the past and behind things and reflecting what might have happened and then working out what are the incremental improvements that you might want to make along the way. It really is kind of a past tense and you're looking at it and looking for those incremental improvements. It's also designed for either you to review or evaluate something. It could be you've made a mistake that happened or an incident that happened, and it allows you to look at what was good about it, because there's always something good, and maybe what was not so good about it and what you could do differently the next time. Also, if you want to generate some change, it's a very helpful process to do a reflection revolution as part of that process. The thing to know is that it can make you feel a little bit uncomfortable, and that's okay. It's what it's designed to do. It's designed to make you feel uncomfortable with the status quo so that you want to move. The second part is Dream Quest, which is designed to be unbounded, unfiltered. Anything can be possible you could ever think of. It's meant to free your brain up to really explore what the future could be and its energy, and it's very different as a result. So that part of the reason for doing both of them is that you can get different end results. Dream Quest is future focused. It means that you can look at things that could be or possibly might be. It's a really important part about dreaming is that it gives you some sort of direction. So if you've done Reflection Revolution, you've got some incremental improvements for what, but to what end? For what direction? Without dreaming, you don't have that future state that you're heading towards. That's the reason for doing the Dream Quest component of the two superpowers. The other thing to remember is that your dreams can be more than one. You can have many dreams, and they actually should, because some should be small dreams that will be able to be achieved in a very small amount of time, and some will be much, much bigger dreams that are going to take you a while and kind of chip away at. So the reason for having more than one dream. How do I get better at these superpowers? It's going to get really annoying. So that is the two superpowers, Reflection Revolution and Dream Quest. So how do I get better at those particular two? Let's deal with each separately. Reflection Revolution can be used periodically and daily. So periodically you could use it to reflect on, say, the last month, the last quarter, the last year, as to what worked well and what you do differently if you had your time again. So that's periodically. Daily, you can start or maintain a journal. Reflect on the day. What was less than fabulous? What are you super grateful for? All of those sorts of things. The cool thing is that by reflecting daily, you actually get better at the periodic reflection. The warning, just be careful you don't get too lost in the areas for improvement. There absolutely will be things you should be grateful for, and each time you reflect. Don't leave a Reflection Revolution session unless you have a minimum of 3 things to be grateful for. Tips for those following along at home, I recommend getting a paper journal to write your daily reflections. It'll minimize stuff going over and over in your head and it'll actually kind of release it. I also recommend this for the periodic reflection as well. I don't have research on this, but the act of writing it down seems more impactful than typing it out. Now that we have a plan for Reflection Revolution, let's create one for Dream Quest. Dream Quest is, again, best to do periodically, but also opportunistically. Let's work on that one. It can be done yearly or quarterly, where you think about all the fabulous things you might want to dream about and answering such questions as, if you knew you could not fail, what would you do? If money, education, or age are inconsequential, what would you do? It's free and unbounded in your thinking, even the things that seem impossible. Actually, especially the things that seem impossible. Write them down and add them to your dreams list. This is the case with the bigger the better, so go wild and capture every single little thing that you've ever dreamed of. So what about the opportunistically part of that? When a new dream emerges or you hear one from someone that you love, add it to your list. Here is where I go against my usual advice of writing your dreams down on paper. I personally collect them in a massive Evernote file so I can add whenever that inspiration strikes. So now you know more about the two superpowers of Reflection Revolution and Dream Quest, and how to build them into your routines to build your expertise. Yours collaboratively, Christina Morgan Meldrum.